It's week 1 of the National Football League, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Packers and the Bears, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today we kick off the new year with an NFC North matchup, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Chicago Bears. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Well, CD, new season is here. Lions and Chiefs got it going on Thursday night. You and I were there. What a scene that was. But now here we are a few days later on Sunday, looking at two teams with great expectations here to begin 2023.
It's always fun to get a new season started, isn't it, partner? Because everyone feels like they've got a shot at the defending champs. They think that they can be the new champs. And here we are getting things going. Let's have some fun.
These two teams set to go at it for the 207th time. The Packers and Bears underway to begin 2023. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So here come the Bears to take over on offense behind their third-year quarterback, former Ohio State Buckeye Justin Fields.
We all knew Fields was an incredible athlete coming out of college, and last season he unleashed it upon the NFL. Ran for over 1,100 yards and would have broken the quarterback single-season record if he had played the full season. He also threw 17 touchdown passes, and that's the next jump for him. More consistency as a passer.
A man who led the league in yards per carry last year, it's Khalil Herbert, to about the 23. Well, for these Bears here, Charles, year 3 for Justin Fields. He's just 5-20 as a starter through those first 2 seasons. But you think he's potentially poised for a breakout 2023?
I certainly do, and it's because of his talent and watching with his organization.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
And that's really good field position they were given. Now, nothing's a gimme. We know that. But I know his goal, have the field goal kicker just stay on the bench. They want to put it in the end zone and get 6 out of this one. If they don't, I think it'll feel like a disappointment.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Here's Bridgewater. Completed out left to Downs. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well.
1 down, only about 500 more to go this season. He would certainly welcome most of his passes this year going as well as that. Now that the first one is over, time to settle into a groove and begin the long journey towards Week 18 and hopefully the playoffs.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Bridgewater. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jaquan Brisker getting sent on the safety blitz, and he was able to finish it off.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. They'll set up a screen for Dillon. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. So here now the rookie 6th rounder, Anders Carlson, for the Packer field goal. And his kick is good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But 2 kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't. I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something, when you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about double 0? Like Jim Otto used to wear, or Kenny Burrow used to wear. Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
But that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And Mooney going to have a Bears 1st down as he'll get this across the 50 to the 49. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. Out of the gun, Fields. There's Mooney with another catch. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Hang on now, we're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. The first carry now. This is Williams. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. A shotgun snap, Fields. That's complete to Mooney. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Fields to Mooney for the Chicago 1st.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play. Here we go.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He'll buy some time right. And this will be caught by Mooney. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
Evades him at the 10. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I think that's about as good a 3-yard run as you're going to see. And he actually did with a little bit of flair, didn't he?
The ball on the 8 still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Bears are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
And talk about built to run the football, whether you're calling it on design running plays or him breaking out into the open field after trying to pass the football. Justin Fields knows where the end zone is. 8 rushing touchdowns last season. Only Jalen Hurts had more.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road? There he goes, right side. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
First down created there by Jaden Reed, who adds a lot to the Packers receiver room. Even as a rookie, he's able to handle X, Y, Z, whatever position Green Bay puts him in. And boy, he can scrap with the best of defenders.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. This is Dillon on the counter. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. From the gun, it's Dillon. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Bridgewater now. His throw incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
They'll run here with Dillon. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Dillon again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Dancing to his left. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Teddy Bridgewater taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Packers have retaken the lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. From the gun, here's Fields. That pass complete to Moore. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for Chicago.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. To throw is Fields. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel.
Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater.
Now swing pass for Dillon.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down, Dillon. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Oh, he's got his tight end, Mo Alley-Cox, complete.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Dillon now on 1st and 10.
Able to slither by. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd down, another run for Dillon.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Throwing is Bridgewater. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. The 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Touchdown, Packers! Jaden Reed with his first career NFL touchdown. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, yeah, give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Carlson's extra point up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Dante Pettis now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Chicago offense set to get started. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal is not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Fields. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
This is a half for not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Packer football here. First down at 10. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Bridgewater on first down. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a stoppage. It appears to be an injured bear on the field.
We always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
Throwing, Bridgewater.
He dumps this off to Dillon underneath.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
Now Bridgewater. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
To throw is Bridgewater. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. Now the Packers are going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This one from 35 yards away. And this one is right through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Blaine Gabbert with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. From there, we head over to the Pacific Northwest to check on the Seahawks at home in Seattle. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Rams. DK Metcalf, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Kirk Cousins, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. It's a new season, so both these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in Week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Coach. Thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. A first down throw for Bridgewater. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Andrew Billings busting through to get him for a loss of 6. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said. If they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game. I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down. On now is the Packers punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. On the return is Pettis. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And the Bears take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense him saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half. At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Bridgewater. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Bridgewater. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here comes Pettis on the return. Gets around him. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. The Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. 14 yards and a Chicago first down.
When I played in the yard as a kid, I used to imitate the spectacular catches that I would see on TV. I don't think I ever imitated one quite that well.
Give yourself some credit.
No, I know better. What we just saw there, that was pretty special.
Big Kitty Clark that time, pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They run it again with Williams. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave it with a 3rd and 11 situation.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Open man completes it to Claypool. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw. And nice work after the throw. And they're set up.
Open man, he finds Komet. Touchdown, Chicago. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Bears are back within a score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now the point after try for Santos. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was all capped off by Cole Kmet with a touchdown catch. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter.
They juked him, and he'll get it down to the 47 here.
61 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 29-yard line. Bridgewater to throw it.
He'll check this down, complete to Dillon.
Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. Here's Bridgewater.
Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Dillon.
And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain.
Holding offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater. And this is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. His zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football
the interception.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Now Fields.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
1st down, Bridgewater.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They go play action. Bridgewater. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Now Dillon on the inside give. And a short gain here down to the 22. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will make this a 9-point lead.
So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
And he returns this to the 22.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
Here we go. Track.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 2nd down, here's Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly, but look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. T.J. Edwards coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, Bridgewater. That'll be caught right side by Reed. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
The passing game continues to be their friend, even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles. They're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. That he can.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A.J. Dillon taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Packers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Bridgewater will try and throw. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
They begin the drive with Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter,
it's caught inside the 25. A huge play there for Chicago. 62 yards.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the 4th is not going to be an easy task, but that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
Here we go.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Now it's Fields off the bootleg.
Rolling to his right. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. DJ Moore from 10 yards out.
And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field.
Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
92 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They run once more with Dillon.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On now is the Packers punter as he's on here to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 20.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. DJ Moore headed back out as the Bears take over on possession.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
That's complete to Mooney. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
Play action. It's Fields.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Rasul Douglas picks it.
And the Packers are going to get it back here just past the 35.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Going for the deep ball. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are right back in this football game. So the ball changing hands on the interception. But meanwhile here, we do have an injury on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. And they're going to speed things up here.
Here's Fields now on 2nd down.
Eluding the pressure right.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
Back to throw, Fields.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Bears on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10.
To the air again, Fields.
Being chased out left. He finds his target, Allen. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 36.
They'll fake the handoff, now Fields.
And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's 2nd down and 3. Looking to throw on 2nd down, Fields.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Quay Walker in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning.
So the Bears with a football here as we welcome you back.
Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's third down now.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
And while it's probably going to take a miracle at this stage, if they come down with this one in the end zone, they've still got a fighting chance. That one, however, winds up incomplete.
Santos' kick is up and through, and this is back down to a 7-point game.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
That one thrown away from the pocket. And the officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
So now Fields and the Bears
down by 10, 53 ticks to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down.
Here's Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
All eyes on Fields.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Rasul Douglas picks it.
And the Packers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week